Hey, so yeah, first stream on Twitch. Hopefully I've got things set up just right for the sound and all that, but we'll see what happens here, and let me know if you can or cannot hear me. There we go, some sound in the background from the game. And I'm just queuing in on Cactuar with a very new character. I set her up the other night. Hit up her mailbox to get my refer a friend and veteran rewards and all that stuff that gets sent out to your character, so you don't need to see me play mailbox extreme. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna get started here. Let's see, is it showing up though on the actual stream? That's a good question. Have I pushed all the right buttons? Yes, I have. Okay, just checking my P's and Q's here. And yeah, let's see. We're gonna get started with leveling this little girl. Now, when I start out a new character, the first thing that I do is I go with a healer. I go with Conjurer to start myself out. I have met up with a friend and got them to hand me some of my gills so that I have a little starter gill just to ease my transition so I'm not like brand new setup. It'll be a little easier for me. And that friend also has an apartment or a house in Mist, so I can go visit them a little bit later when I get to that point. First things first, I need to finish attuning all of the Aetherites and do some of these startup quests. I pick up just about every starter quest, almost all of them, to get myself going. So yeah, we're gonna go through here, and do I want to preserving the past? Yeah, why not? I am gonna skip through some, if not most, of the cutscenes as well, because this isn't my first rodeo. And yeah. Once we get going, the goals are going to be to get to level 10, do the level 10 job quest, and get to visit some other areas. And unlock some jobs. Now, when I start a new character, I go into my files and copy all of my information. So I have my hotkeys, I have my macros, both the shared and not shared ones, and I have everything that I put in that newish control panel. So because the one that I copied it from has all the jobs unlocked, all of those gear sets are saved, I will have to play around with that a little bit as I get gear, and that's okay. At least everything will be where I'm used to it being. That's a huge help and a huge savings in time for me. I don't have to worry about losing muscle memory between different characters that I play. Everything stays in the same place. Of course, if I decide I'm gonna change up my keys on somebody, well, then I will end up distributing it all back out to all of my characters at a later point in time. But that's okay too, because then I've got backups. If I don't like what I changed, I can copy it out of somebody else and it's all sorted. Alright, let's get back around to here. And run around a little bit. I've got that one attuned already. I have started a couple of the quests, and well, here we go. Dropping that off. Yada yada yada. You get a good bit of starting gil, I think. I've already been Oh, sorry, I had myself muted and I'm sitting here yabbering away. So, anyways, I'm going to repeat some of what I said vaguely. I'm doing pretty much every little quest that I can find out here, which is my normal starting procedure. Where is that? There they are. Hiding over here behind this. Anyways, new character. I met up with a friend before the stream, and they have an apartment in Mist on a different server, so I'll be able to go over there and unlock that area at some point in time here in the near future. I'm just going through on a new character, starting out, doing quests and whatnot. My goal today is probably level somewhere between 10 and 25. Yeah, I know, that's a little bit of something. It's a wide stretch there. And now I'm hearing myself. Oh, that's why. Never mind. There. Okay. So, new character. All the start out things. The friend I met up with handed me some of my gil so that I have a little bit extra to play around with, which helps me out. I'm attuning all the Aetherites, and I'm going to unlock all of my crafters and gatherers hopefully in the next couple of hours. So, one of the things I do when I start out a new character is I copy all the files for my main character over so that I've got all the hotkeys already bound. I've got my control panel, which has all sorts of buttons set up on it, and different stuff like that. Now I will need to go through and save stuff to those. This way all of my muscle memory is still muscle memory. I don't have to relearn it per character. It's just all the same. Makes my life so much easier. And there we got that one. Yeah, I start these out pretty much the same way. Just about every time. Have I been up this way? No, I came that way. Yep. Okay. Being that I didn't do it all in one go as I started it, it kind of threw me off a little bit. She's been sitting and resting for a couple of days, but I'll get back into the hang of things real darn quick now that I'm running around. And yeah, we'll attune that real quick. Do. I'll probably be level 4 before I leave town, most likely, or close to it, just because, and I did attune that. Alright, let me double check my attunements here. Lancers, I need to go to the Archers Guild still. Okay, everything else I've been around to, except for the Conjurers Guild. We'll go back down to that real quick. I can't believe I didn't go to the Archers Guild. Usually that's one of my first stops. There. Where? Ah, yes. That's... Pour the oil on that. And while I'm thinking about it, character configuration. Yeah, skip all that stuff. Items. I don't want the new items stored in the armory chest, so that's unchecked. Alright, so that's my important stuff for now. Zip, zip, zip. Run as often as it lets me, pretty much. And yeah, so. Go to the main Aetherite, and then zip around the corner to the archers. Do, 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 do. Quick second to pop something somewhere. Hold on a second, I forgot to post something. Community. There we go. Alright. And one more to pick up. Okay. Oh, we gotta go back to the markets. Well, it's quicker to go this way to get to Parnell. Do 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 do. So usually when I start these out, I'll start going first to the Archers Guild and then around and from there. So being that I didn't do that, it threw things away around a little bit. No! I do not want to join somebody's FC. They didn't bother to ask me, so I am not a fan of when people don't talk to you before they try to invite you. That's just, in my opinion, rather rude. Alright. So anyways, Parnell's. Well, let's go talk to Mione. Or Mother Mione. Quicker to go up from the airship landing. Not by much, but by just enough. Hey! Thank you. Hopefully folks will remember to hit the follow button so that it adds up to getting me towards the achievements for making affiliate and whatnot on here and partner or whatever. There we go, level 4. And now we go to the Bannock. Oops, we got some more to pick up. Might as well. Don't mind if I do. We got another one over here. Good adventure is hard to find. Yes, we'll go pick up Bernadette's. And hard nut to crack over there. Yeah, we'll go grab that first before we go down the main avenue. Maybe not, because I'm not 5 yet, so I'm not going to get sent that way. Yet. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get sent that way yet, so we're going to go to the Blue Badger gate and go out there. I have no idea what this thing that Elquin just had me sent to me is having me do. Oh, a raid. Hey. Thanks for the raid, Elquin. Much appreciated. So I've been telling folks that this is a brand new character. I made her over on Cactuar the other night. And literally just starting her out. And because she's got an instant cast, we're just gonna tab through here and pull all sorts of stuff to get this quest done. Actually, multiple quests. We're just gonna keep going in circles, because if they can't reach you, they can't kill you unless they've got magic. And I usually start out on a white mage or conjurer because, well, quick use. ARR is mostly the only time that you'll see me play a healer willingly. But that's a me thing. Let's get some more squirrels. Oh, I've got enough squirrels. Never mind, I just need more ladybugs. Well, if it dies, it dies. It gives me more XP. Ooh, what was that? Thank you! Thank you for the sub. I'm not raiding. It's called a raid when somebody brings over the viewers from their stream when they end their stream. It's a Twitch thing that I am glad somebody explained to me before it happened. Okay. And some fungers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to keep them all in range. And that. And yeah, we're just gonna keep spinning them around in circles. Because I can. Need a few more of them. Hey, Gleep, I didn't let Chezzy know where I am, if she's even on. So... this is something that she was interested in. If you want to let her know. Voice chat? I don't have it set up to pick up other people from chat. Yeah, I think you're the one that explained what raids were to me. Yeah, it might be early for yeah, I can pop over in voice chat somewhere maybe. Okay, let's see here. Hey. Hey, how's it going? I don't have it set to pick up the voice chat from Discord, so you know. So I'm talking to Elkwood in voice rather than... oh dear. Okay, I might not be able to voice chat. Thank you. Huh, that's weird. Oh, I think I know what it is. It's because I have push to talk on Discord, and I was holding my push to talk button when you were talking. Yeah, I figure. I appreciate that you brought a raid over. Yeah. Yep. It's a thought that counts. Yeah, and it's a thought that counts. Yep, yep. Yeah, I just hadn't done it because I wasn't planning on doing voice chat with other people when I was starting this one. Alright, cool. Thank you for dropping in. Bye. Let's see. Okay, so I'm back out of Discord, so any echoes should be going away. Yeah, I didn't set it up so that I could strain out the stuff so that Discord had its own voice channel, because I wasn't planning necessarily on it. So what I just did here, and now I'm trying to push my push to talk, which I don't need to push. Anyway, so yeah, I was gonna skip this. So I have these horns, the Helm of Light from a VAF reward, and that is enough with the starter gear to complete that particular quest where you have to have a eye level 5 across the board. So I just pop that in and then switch it back to the leaf thing. I'm missing something here. There we go. The feather for the extra XP. That's a refer a friend reward. You get it both as a referrer and the referred. So if you're starting out and you've gone over to the sub version, if you're starting out and you're on the trial, you can't do the refer a friend thing. But once somebody is a paid player, they can do the refer a friend. It's done through Mog Station stuff, and you get this feather. That's very useful. Yep, and it's very much appreciated when you let me know if you can hear stuff, what you're hearing, and what you're not hearing. Helps me with my sound checks, so I don't lose my mind. Because it's easy to lose my mind. It's like dropping something in your purse. It's never found again. Until it's the thing you're not looking for. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing this. Kill some of these bog Yarzons. Actually kind of going slower than usual because I'm flapping my lips. And I don't have repose yet. That's at 8. Well, sometimes I'll use a repose, hit 2 of them, and let the dots take care of most of it on 1. Now here's a fun fact for you. The Yarzons are blind. They'll only attack you when you're lower than their level if they can hear you. So if you're walking and you don't hit their hitbox, look at this guy. He's ignoring me completely. Completely ignoring me. Until I run. Or use the regular walk. You know, the regular speed. And you can go into the RP walk using a / on your keyboard. Thank you. Hey, if she doesn't make it to this one, she'll make it to another one, I'm sure. And this is just the first of the ones on here. I will definitely do some more Twitch ones. I just gotta make sure I set things up properly every time. Thank you. Alright, so yeah. I was gonna stream this on multiple things, but it just did not want to let me. So, it is what it is. We're on this one today. And, yeah. Get that. And that. I'll just take that. I should have picked up some food, but I will do that in a little bit here because food gives you extra XP and it's definitely worth having. Yeah, it's a surprise that I'm loud on your end when I have so much trouble with sound on when I'm on YouTube. Alright. Before I forget about it, I'm going to go attune to the Aetherite out here, which will give me the return spell. Or I've got return. It'll give me teleport, which is something I'll need. And you should always attune to the Aetherites when you get a chance. Do 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 do. Up we go. Along we get, and there we go. I keep wanting to hit one of my mount buttons. And I need to remember, on this one I don't have the regalia, so I'll get rid of that. We're gonna head on over to the Lifemen's Stump and get that quest knocked out as well. Oh! So the White Joker over here is the B rank in this zone. Well, it's not aggro because it has that blue icon. If you see a lot of spikes and it's an orange icon, if you're below 50, you want to stay away from it unless there's a whole bunch of people out there hunting it with you. That is...
Hear, feel, think.
Alright, let's just head on over to turn all of this stuff in and go to the Conjurer's Guild. Oh, I've got raisins on my hotkeys twice. Let's take those off. Unlock that. Lock it back up. Talk to this fella. So, Elizons are so rare that most of the time the only place you see them is as NPCs in Gridania. I have tried playing an Elizon. It's not for me. And not that I don't have a couple lurking around. At least one. Now these are job hunts. That little yellow marker over them means they're a target of interest for you. It's just one of several markings that you can have that are like that. I hit the H key and see Conjurer, it's got a whole bunch of these. Got a little bonus XP for you, and completing those gets you some sort of reward, and I can't remember what. I think it's a ring, a title, or not a title, but an achievement of some sort or another. I'd have to look it up. I forgot more about this game than I remember about it some days. Most days, even. Alright, let's... So now that I'm nearing 10, I can lay off somewhat on the side quests. Some of the side quests are very worth doing, especially if they are blue ones that have like a little plus sign by them. Your MSQ is always going to have that meteor shape to it. Yeah, we're gonna ignore that for now. Some days I do that, some days I don't. All depends on how I feel. Whee! Ow, my ankles! They're just gonna get them because they're here. And I'll talk to this guy, get the second of these done. Gonna run up the hill. And I could go around, but why? I can jump up and down. This out of the way. While I'm out here in North Shroud, I'll also take a little side trip out to the Aetherite and knock that one off the list as well. So how's everybody doing today? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll go back to null. Blah do do do. That mini-map is always useful. And there goes my ankles again. Good thing I'm a healer. We're gonna skip through that. That way if it's your first time playing, you're not gonna have a spoiler. And we can... Oh yeah, I was gonna take that little side trip out to the Aetherite that's all the way over here. Oh, I didn't realize I was muted again. Anyways, I'm gonna keep on going with these. I have hit 11 already, so I will be going along to get my job quest pretty soon here. And that will unlock my ability to unlock other jobs once I've completed that. But first we're gonna do this because it's out here rather than backtracking too awful much. I need to reconfigure what I use for a mute button apparently. Save these wood whalers. Somebody's been through and got the imps that are usually in here. I'm okay with that. And yeah, you can be quite a ways away from these whalers when you go to help them out. Oh, that imp's gonna bother me some. Go to sleep. I want him to go to sleep. I'm gonna play around with him. Sure, it's extra XP if I did, but... eh. And there we can get into the solo duty. And we've got some dude in a shiny nightgown. If you play, you know it's an ASEAN, but it's a dude in a shiny black nightgown. Or a dudette. Alright, let's skip that cutscene. Because I've seen it who knows how many times before. And that one. Alright, head back out and talk to Alston. There we go. Hop over. Just gonna outrun all these little buggers. And now that they went off my aggro-meter, it means that, or my enemy list, means that I don't have to worry about them. I can come on back. Return to Gridania. There's where I was planning on going next anyway. And that's why I went out to this before I went back to town again. Because I would have only had to come back out here anyway. Okay. First, Conjurer's Guild. Get my job quest. And we'll go say Mune. Mother. Airship landing. Because I feel like it's faster than going to the main Aether and down and around. Oh, can't skip that. Okay. Yeah, man. It's unlocking the in rooms, which means the leave counter as well. Which, it's a good thing to unlock these things. And I'm 12 now, and I've learned how to res people. Okay. So, the leave meet. Yes, we're gonna talk to this guy. So, he's gonna send me out to do one kind of leave, and then it will unlock another kind, which is the guild hests. Guild hests are a duty you can get into before your first actual real dungeons. They give you a nice amount of Grand Company seals once you have a Grand Company, and if it's the one in need, it gives you a bonus. Great way to help expand your functionality for leveling up your Grand Company early on. Okay, so that'll take us back out to Bent Branch Meadows for two things there. I'm not gonna go do that just yet. First, I'm going to come up here. And I want to go out to the Lancers Guild. Get down to the ferry skipper here. And Sweet Bloom Pier. Because we're going to do the job quest first. And these things are going to aggro me because they're higher level than I am. And I'm just going to ignore them and outrun them. They're not big enough to really hurt me unless I give them the opportunity. And since I'm out here, even though it's a little bit of a sidetrack. I'm gonna go all the way over to seriously, I need to adjust whatever it is that I'm using for a mute button. That's not gonna work out. So yeah, coming back over here, smack this around. Settings, hotkeys. There. I was kind of ignoring that while I was adjusting my mute button. That's on me. Give these all a dot. Why not? Oh hey! Wolfie showed up to help me out. Yay! Yeah, just ignore that sludge. There we go. The main bad is dead, so now I can continue on. Skip that cutscene. Like I keep saying though, if it's your first time, don't skip the cutscenes. You'll be missing out on lots. I've done them a few dozen times. I can miss out. And chugga. Zoom over here. Yeah, things in a way. This one doesn't jump quite the same way as the other ones do. I mean, they do, but they don't feel like they do. So, yeah. And back to town. Well, since we're going back that way, we're going to take the long way around and go to Bent Branch. Just to, you know, get my guild quests, guild hests. I'm gonna pick this up for the housing stuff. I'll get down that direction where she's next at eventually. Except that leaves are interesting. A lot of times I just use them for crafting. We're going to leave the MSQ alone for a moment. Because as I said, I'm going to go turn the job quest in. And then I'm going to visit another world. And go unlock a city-state without having got to it in the MSQ. Initiate. I don't care if I'm over leveled for it. Pardon? There's gonna be so much that I'm over leveled for just because. It didn't give me a chest this time. That's okay. Hey, quit running off. How the hell did that get so far from me? That don't usually happen. That's what I get for flapping my gums, I guess. So it's offering me a free teleport back to where the turn-in guy is. Why not, since I've only got the one? And we'll turn that into... Alright, so now that I've done that, it's going to let me unlock guild hests. A little extra XP for doing those. And it's some seals for Grand Companies as well once I get the Grand Company unlocked. Which is a nice little bonus. Guild Hests now available. Yay! Alright. Gotta go back to town and turn that in. I'm going to want to hit level 15 as a conjurer next, which will unlock the Hall of the Novice. And doing all the little instances for that will give me a nice ring. But before I do that, after I turn this in, I'm going to go visit a friend's place on Cactuar so that I can unlock a couple of different places. The city-states before I get to them through the story. It's not far off. Sometimes I'm there faster than this, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it now because I want to show you this. Alright. Unlocking classes. So Cactuar is on a different data center, so I need to log out. Start the login process again. Right click, visit another data center. And where I'm going is on Dynamis, and it's Cactuar. Now, I could go the long way around and get to Ul'dah without doing this, but Limsa is off on its own little island, and you have to get there through the story normally. But if you start out in Limsa, you can get over to the other two city-states the same way. Just have a friend that's got a home or an FC that's that you're able to teleport to that's in one of the other two city-states, and then go from there. You can do it before you get there in a story. Does not work for getting into Ishgard. Does not work for getting into Shirogane. But it does work for the base cities. So much for Dynamis being low population. It's a congested situation. Alright. So, open up my friends list. Hippity has estate teleportation. Private. And apartment in the mist. There we go. Teleport to that apartment. We'll call it smuggling. I'm being smuggled in. It's fitting for Limsa type stuff. Being that they're pirates. Hehe. I'm just smuggling my way around. Do-do-do-do. And leave the residential district. Look at that, I'm in Lower Lenosia. Alright, let's head on down to the upper decks. And get where we're going. Sneaky beaky style. And I don't want anything to do with that fate right now. It's not any use to me at the moment, other than a little bit of XP and it'd slow me down. Another time. Bopping along here, and there we are, headed into Limsa. And since I'm here, I'm going to unlock all of the crafters and the gatherer here. Yes, 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 yes. Gimme, 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 gimme. Quit flapping your lips at me. And this other guy, since they're both right here. And then speak with dude guy. I'm not going to worry about their quests at all, though, at this point. Not worrying about any of it. I'm just getting their tools so I can set the gear sets. Feathered harpoon. Why did I get one of those? I'm temporarily going to have it put acquired gear into my armory chest. Character configuration. Store newly obtained items in the armory chest. Yes, temporarily, because all I'm doing is going around and getting jobs right now. So they could stick the tools in there. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to do like the first quest of the Fisher so that I can pick up the quest for the ocean fishing. So I'm gonna make my life easy, and that's going to be 5 of these guys. 5 anchovies. I can turn those right in when I get them. Rather than sitting there fishing for them. Because I'm lazy. And gil is, it's not that much gil. 35 gil. Woo. I'll be coming back through here eventually. But right now, we're just attuning. And we're only picking up job quests. Or, not job quests, but only picking up crafters and gatherers. Holy cow, somebody actually playing an Ellison. I am in shock. They're just so rare to see. Get that Aether right. Yes, join the Culinarians Guild. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Yep, stick it in my bag. Thank you. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. And we'll go down this way. Get the main Aether right. Sprint. Save myself a few steps coming back. Ow, my ankles! And we're gonna join the Fisherman's Guild. Yeah. Pardon. Okay. Okay. Put it in my bag. Thank you. And I'm now level 13 on my white mage, or conjurer. Alright, so I am going to equip the gear for my fisher right now. And I have my old gear set saved, so recommend gear. And that's the gear set for my main character. There we go. I'll save that. I don't need it to show that. I do want to switch the earring for my Alamegan earring. So here's the thing. If you got the pre-order for Stormblood, which was long ages ago, and you still have that earring, the Alamegan earrings, which do come in your mail when you start a character, it is an account-wide. It will apply for your crafters and gatherers for level 50 and below. Use it. It's worth it. Okay. So while we're here, first fishing rod. Yes, yes, yes. Da 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 da. And those fish that I bought on the way when I was up at that one shop, we're gonna just turn them right in. Here's the first job quest done for the fisher. And we'll pick up all the fish in the sea, which is for the ocean fishing. Absolutely, positively want to do that quest. I did already attune this. We're going to use it to go up to Hawker's Alley. And I've got that top to wear now for the fisher, and we will attune that. Ocean fishing is available every other hour, on the hour. Alright, I've got all the Aetherites now in Limsa. But yeah, it's available every hour, or every other hour on the hour. And it is a lot of XP, especially for lower level fishers. Fisher is quite often one of my first high level jobs on a character. When are we up again? 26 minutes I can go on that boat. I am going to grab myself some bait. You can do this with just the versatile lures. Alright, so now that I've got everything unlocked out here, back on my conjurer, and back to my friends list, Hippity has a private estate and a free company estate in Goblet. We're gonna go on over there, save myself a few steps. Second verse, same as the first, we're gonna unlock everything. In Ulda real quick. And I could have used the teleports, but I didn't. And I don't think it'll let me out this way because I haven't been there yet, but we can check. Yeah, can't go in that way until I've been in Ulda from outside. leave the residential district. And since I'm a little bit raspy, I'm going to have some water. Stay hydrated, kids. And I know I could run out and get the Aetherite out there, but I'm not going to do it this time, because I'll get there through the story soon enough. I just want to get this sorted. And that food that I had going is all run out now. So that's an hour worth of time that I've been here, at least, since the time that I ate. I'm going to grab a food. Just one. And since we're this close over, we'll go over to the Aetherite that is outside of the Thaumaturge Guild. And we'll pop over here to get the one outside of the Paladins. Or gladiators. Then we'll switch back over there again and go down, grab the main Aetherite, and work our way around the city. Oh hey, so you see this band that's going on here? Now, from what I understand, the person in charge of those is having a event that's player run on Saturday. A little bit of a Simon Says thing, only it's their character name, Says. Over here on Kuchulain. And that could be pretty cool to go to. Alright. Chocobos can be always nice to have talked to. You can get fast travel, or at least hands-free travel, via those for just a smidgen of gil. It could be handy if you need to take a quick step away or just don't want to use your hands for a minute or two. And you can rent chocobos from them as well, though I've never really done that. Alright, so down through here I'm gonna pick up another of those Aetherites. And then we're gonna swing up through here and run down this alley. Another Aetherite there, and hang a left, and we'll go to the Weaver's Guild. Yes, I want to join the Weaver Guild. Tap, tap, tap through all this. And talk to this Rogadin. Redolent Rose. Alright, Rose, give me my stuff. Put it in the bag. Put it in the bag. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. I'm gonna go see the Miner Guild. Attune. So that gate that I was showing you before, this is the other end of it. But I'm not able to use that gate just yet. But that will take you to the residential district. Eventually. And you can leave the Ul'dah residential district from that district and come out there rather than coming out in the countryside. Eventually. And talk to little Miss Miner over here. Put it in a bag. Put it in the bag. I sound like I'm holding up all these guild leaders. Put it in my bags. Thank you. Bye. At least I can make myself laugh, right? Alright. And we've already done that, so across we go. And we'll attune to this one. And go see the goldsmiths. Yeah, I'm joining you too. Give me your tools. And it's in the bag. Okay. So that sign tells me that I could go that way and get the one for the gladiators, or I can go this way, and we're headed towards the alchemists. So let's go up the stairs. Now, alchemists are up this way, but first, we're going to attune this one. Because it's right there. Then we won't have to backtrack quite so much. Alright, up these stairs. And the funny thing is, all the jobs that I've got left after this one are back in Gridania, where I started out from. So I'll tune that. That's everything attuned in this city. And we'll come on over here, grab the Alchemist Guild stuff. Yes, I'm joining the Alchemist Guild, blah, 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 blah. Quit flapping your gums at me so I can talk to your leader. Take me to your leader. Alright. You're the leader? Give me the stuff. Put it in the bag. And he puts it in the bag. Now, because I'm on a different world in a different data center, I'm just visiting. When I go back to my initial world, which is what I'm doing next, it will put me back in my starter city without costing me a teleport, which will save me 500 and some gil. So that's what we're going to do next. Gonna log out here. I'm gonna go home. Gonna go back to Aether, get back to Cactuar, and back to Gridania without using return and without spending 500 and some gil. Return to homeworld. And a thank you to my friend that, you know, let me go visit the ward with their apartment in it and with their FC or their house in it, so I could get those teleports a little bit sooner. You can get all of that stuff unlocked. Alright. So I need to go get my carpenter, my leather worker, and my botanist still. Here we go. Alright, so, carpenter. Let's go join the Carpenters Guild as well, since we can do that. Yes, learn the ways of woodworking. Alright, come on. Quit flapping your gums at me. You told me about it, now I'm taking it. Gimme. And beaten. I know you're beating wood. I know exactly what it implies. Put your tools in my pocket. Thank you very much, good sir. We're just gonna zip across here. It's faster than teleporting. It's closer. See? Much closer than using the teleport. Yes. Gimme. Put it in my pocket. And now to go see the botanists. Here we go. Botany, 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 botany. There we go. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna scoot on over here. Yep. You're flapping your gums at me too. And there we go. Alright. So that is all of the crafters and gatherers unlocked. Let's go through from my command panel because that's what I use to flip through them easily. Carpenter, yes, equip. And that earring's going in my inventory because I want that to be what gets equipped. Take all these other hats out. Whoops, equip that. Return. Whoops, not search. Return. 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 Return and return. Okay. That should make it a little bit easier here. Recommended. Save. Recommended. Save. And let's put some all on the same spot in my gear list as they are on my main one as well. So if I lock a particular glamour to a gear slot, it will be associated as well. Now, the one downside of doing this is that the portraits also get copied over, and they don't always match for every character because the different emotes might vary slightly. Okay, that's everybody's gear sorted for the time being. And I'm looking at the time. I've got 6 minutes until the fishing boat. So I'm gonna teleport out to Bent Branch. And I will be going on the fishing boat. After all of that. Go see Rosalind. And then I'll go on the boat of many levels after I get through this. And we'll take that back to Rosalind. And I'm sliding down this thing. I am a klutz today. There we go. I could have went around and took the stairs, but eh. Remove the blue trumpets. Okay. Got a couple minutes yet before I need to go get myself in position for that boat. Remember if I can reach it from here. No, I can't. Gotta slide on down here carefully and then go. Then there's one more back that way. And then I need to teleport my butt on over to Limsa again. Alright, back to Limsa. Let's go catch a boat. It's time to fish. Arcanist Guild. Register to board. Alright. And while I'm at it, Woo! Well, we're gonna apply the ragworm. I haven't looked it up, but there are websites that can give you hints and tips for what fish you'll catch with which bait. Usually on the ocean fishing boat, you can also just ask, and somebody is bound to know what one you need for the spectral fish. And then there's also later on ones that'll use a particular bait for if you have an intuition, and some special ones that are only certain times to catch that might use a different bait as well. Those websites, like the ocean fishing website, will tell you what those baits are once the information is there. On the earlier levels, it's there. There's a newer route that has been sourced, and I don't know if that site's been updated yet, but there's other ones. And there's even a fish Discord. Alright, make sure I've eaten my food. Cast my rod. And I like to have the light on because it makes it a little bit easier for me to see it. It is a ragworm for the spectral. Awesome. Somebody just put it in the party chat, so. And if you get seagulls, you might get a bonus buff, or if you get dolphins going by, you might get a bonus buff that helps with the fishing routes. And that's already level 4 for me as a fisher. Put this down here just to obscure some party names. I didn't adjust that in my settings. As I was saying, the fishing boat, the first time on it, if you're a low-level fisher, it is just a symphony of levels. Lots and lots of them. And I'd already used up all of my blue XP, which is quote-unquote rested XP, that you see on the bar at times, which is like a little bit of a bonus. When you log out, you want to log out in an area that has a little moon by your XP bar. It means that you will get rested XP while you're logged out. It also means that, you know, if you're standing in that area, you're getting rested XP as well. Do. I'm not catching any fugu for my voyage missions, though. But being it's a low level character, I'm not really expecting to hit all of my voyage missions. If I get them, I'm lucky. Oh, well, now that I complained that I wasn't getting any fugu, I got one. And we just keep on fishing. Alright, so yeah, lots and lots of XP from this. You just saw me unlock it and get to level 2 by turning in a quest, so that I'm level 7 already? Not bad. And I'm just in the first part of the boat. I am loving the look of the fishing relic this time around. Look at that rod. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. I'm definitely going to need to get my button gear on my main characters, my two mains, so that I can get that rod. And for those interested, I do also stream over on YouTube. I do more stuff over there. I'm just starting out with doing stuff on Twitch. I'm going to try to do it more often, but no promises there. I'm just more familiar with YouTube, but I do want to do Twitch more often. Alright, so it's, ooh, big catch. But it's already gave the notice that we're going to be going to the next hole, so I won't be able to recast just at this moment. Soon, though. So once we go through this cutscene and get to the next one, and I'm trying to think what this next one's gonna be offhand. I don't remember them too easily. I usually reference a outside source like the aforementioned websites. I'm gonna start with Krill and see if somebody else. Oh, it's Rag for the Spectral. Okay. Oh, somebody else is saying Plump. Plump. Okay, I'm gonna go with what the last one was. And back to catching fish. Alright. So already level 9 on my fisher. Oops, somebody already got the Spectral current to pop. Nice. Alright, let's catch those fish. The bites come a lot faster during a spectral. Which means you can get a lot more XP during that. And a heck of a lot more points. If you're lucky. It is still RNG based. Alright, so I've got 3 of the 13 Fugu and 7 of 39 small bites or weak bites. Oof. Definitely don't think I'll get the actual missions done on this. Not gonna sweat it though. I came here for levels. And I'm definitely getting those. Alright. Well, that was fun and exciting. And already level 12. Alright. Can you believe that? My fisher is almost caught up to my conjurer. That is how powerful the ocean fishing can be. Just one to go. Alright, there we go. And we're moving on to the next hole. Alright, let's get it going again. Alright, 14. I am matched up with my kanji now. And we've got 3.5 or so minutes left on this boat. So it's coming along. I wonder what we're going to catch. I've got a little bit over 2,300 points I definitely won't be top of the boat, but I also shouldn't be the bottom. We'll see, though. Doesn't really matter. What matters is I got the XP that I was looking for. Fishing is such a powerful way to get some levels in. Like, if you're making the alt so that you and friends can make an FC, doesn't matter what job you get to 25 on, you just have to have level 25 to be able to register it for a grand company for an FC. And the guild, of course, plus enough signers. Fisher is an excellent way to get that. You know, this new character thing, I might have to do this also as a separate one on YouTube. On a different character. I could do this twice. I've got other characters I could do this with too. And now my Fisher has surpassed my Conjurer for the time being. $15 levels on my Fisher. Not bad at all. I'm happy with that. Only caught one large fish, but hey, 54 total for the fish, 3,500 for the points. Well, don't know where I made out in all 24, but I didn't do bad. Not for a character that's just starting out. Okay. So yeah, 15 on my Fisher, 14 on my Conjurer. Good stuff. Let's clear up some inventory. Yeah, I could desynth these and get crystals back when I get desynth unlocked, but I'm not messing with it right now, and I'm not hanging on them. Just sell them off. And I don't need that earring, because I've got better earrings for everything. I'm going to save up some more of these bronze pieces and all those. Just save them. They're not hurting anything right now. Okay. Alright, back to Bent Branch Meadows. So, just a little bit more to do. Back to seeing Rosaline. Oh, while I'm thinking about it. So, I can do a guild test as well while I'm doing these. I'll queue up for it. Well, there we go. That popped real quick. Guild tests are a teaching thing, essentially. Looks like our... Oh, there, the tank remembered to put on stance. Now, the one thing this teaches is that you don't really have to sit here and heal bot necessarily. Let's give a commendation to somebody. We'll give it to the tank. And there we go. Oh, I got 2 comms myself. Nice, nice. Alright. And now I've got it as a roulette. Now, if I had a grand company, it would also give me seals, and since it's a healer in need, it would give me bonus. I don't have, but we'll put it in there. And shadowy figure, it's over this way for the quest. So yeah, we're gonna do it anyways because I don't expect to go far enough to get into a grand company tonight. So, not gonna try to save it until reset. This Dynamite wants to die. We'll oblige him. And, come on. To Rosalind. Oops. I'll accept that quest. And that duty that popped. Alright. Back to the Hest. Hest should put us over, or put me over into, hopefully, getting to level 15. Oh, there we go again. Tank has not got their stance on. If they can hold the aggro, I don't care. That's this little stuff, it don't matter so much. Now, when it gets higher up in an actual dungeon, it might be a little bit more of something. With them not holding it means I get to do my job a little bit more, rather than just being a heal bot. Or just being a DPSer. You know? I get to do something. It also means I give my comm to somebody else besides the tank. Because that's just how it is. Yep, I did get to level 15. And we'll go turn this in. Make our way back to town because I need to go see the dude that runs the Hall of the Novice in Gridania. Yeah, Dynamite, I'm ignoring you. You're gonna run out of room for chasing me here. There you go. Let's go see Elmar. Do 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 do. And Bernard. Bernard! We're gonna go catch up with him. But I do need to go into town, grab my job quest, grab the Hall of the Novice, and do those so that I get the ring that will give me the bonus XP. And that will work on all my combat jobs, as long as they're below level 30, or in level 30 and below duties. There's a ring later on that you can get from the expanded Hall of the Novice as well. And it will teach you all sorts of other stuff if you haven't gotten them already down for different markers and the like. And even if you have, do it anyway. You get that ring again. And the rings stack XP wise. Yeah, we're going back to town. Get that stuff sorted out before I forget about it and before it's moot. Now, one of the big bonuses of doing Hall of the Novice is also the equipment that it gives you. Because it'll give you a gear boost. Give you level 15 gear. And even if you're going extremely slowly, that gear will last you at least to level 26, or at least to the 26 dungeons. Alright, so the smith. Let's go see him. He's going to explain about the Hall of the Novice. Now it's membership granted, which means I can do the duties related to it Yes, I'm prepared. I don't want to go in at just a second. I want to go in. Because I think I can toss some junk in there. Store items, yes. Store these so they're not taking up inventory space. Inventory management is majorly a thing. I'll get to glamours at a later date. I'm not worried about it right now. I've got a couple of standard glamours that I like to have pretty much across the board for my characters. And then oh no, we don't want to do that. We do want to put the Aetherite one in and Mephinas because they are older ones of those and they don't apply to anything that I've got. That'll help. There we go. Clear up my inventory just a smidgen. Better to start with it and keep it up rather than play around with it later. Alright, and here we go. Hall of the Novice. Not that I need it, but I want the ring because the ring is nice. Yada yada yada. You can't skip through it because it's a quote-unquote tutorial. But the ring is nice. The ring is so nice. Have I said it enough that the ring is nice? Because it's nice. So we'll pop on in here and do what it wants me to do. There's a varied amount of these based on what job type you're doing. So there's different ones for the tanks, different ones for the healer, different ones for the DPS. So foreign to be pushing buttons rather than using my hotkeys. But I kind of want to do it this way this time. And that's the first one done. And a pair of gloves is my reward for that one. Oh yeah. It reminds me. Change this back to newly received, not going into the inventory. Next one is all about healing. So tanks and DPS won't have this one. The ring that I'm talking about is not job specific, so you don't have to do this for each job type. You just do it the once. The gear, on the other hand, you've got the magic ones, and you've got the war ones. So you might have to do it twice for that. Come on, get through this. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Alright, target my tank. My main focus for my healing. So it's easier to pop out of that. And yes, even though I'm a healer, I'm doing DPS. Because I can. And if you can, you should. As long as it doesn't impact your ability to keep up your party. It's easy enough to get tunnel vision. It happens to everybody. So if things happen, don't feel too bad about it. It happens. You get up, you dust yourself off, and you try again. Okay. So now I got some boots on there. And we'll go for the next one of them. Chunking along real quick. She's gonna blather at me for a little bit. For a little while. Yada 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 blah 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 blah. One of the things that I do complain about for these things is if there's more than one that you're supposed to keep alive, it doesn't put them in a little party. So it gets a little more of a pain in the butt to keep track of them. But it's just the tutorial things. It's not something you run into every day. And we'll focus the target for the tank in this group. Get a couple heals on him and then help the archer out. Better heal up that archer. And heal up the tank. And there we go. That one's done as well. Let's get that reward. Finally, some pants. And we're gonna get a top next. Alright. Yeah, she's so getting my full attention. But yeah, so thank you. Come on. Blather along here a little bit faster, please. And thank you. This is what my character thinks of this. Snooze. She's fallen asleep on her feet. Alright, yes. I'm ready to do the exercise. Let's grab him as a focus target. And there we go. Get them healed, and let's get a dot back on that guy. And if I stay away from where the archer is, those AoEs don't get dropped on the archer too. There we go. Now I'll get my shirt. And the next one should be my ring. That I've been blathering on about. Okay. Here we go. Come on. Can I do this now? Thank you. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go! No, I'm not exiting. I want the ring. Come on. Give me that. The debuffs, if there's a little blue line over them, it means your Asuna will work on them. If not, it won't. Don't get too fussed, it's just one more meter. It doesn't have to be full. Most of the time. Unless there's like a doom involved or something. And bada bang, bada bang, bada boom. Here we go. Time to get that ring. That will speed things up a little bit more. For a little while. And if I remember to put it on when I get synced for dungeons, even longer. Because it works until level 30, or for level 30 and below. So, you know, like Hawk Manor. And I need to stop having that go off, so restore settings, import settings, let's see, one of these actually has a plate that should work that's not the DMB photo. And even though it's not on this particular, there we go. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Even though it's not the particular one that was made for, it'll work. Okay. So yeah. Oh, it wants to switch rich ring. Okay. Let's go back to the Conjurer's Guild, get the job quest. Because 15 knocked over another one. It was like ding dong. And the job quests are more important, personally, for the healers and the tanks especially, because, well, there's stuff locked there, and you're going to need them when you're in the dungeons. Yes, you need them for everything, but if I'm going to let something be a little bit lax, it's going to be more the DPSs for myself, including for, like, the gear. For healers and for tanks especially, staying on top of the gear situation is the most important thing. Okay, I do have that unlocked. Let's go out to that teleport. And sure, why not? It's not a lot of XP, but you don't need a lot at the low levels. And every little bit helps. So here we go. Do the job quest. Come back on over. And we'll go upstairs. And up the spire. There we go. Cure this guy. God's bow quiver. Alright, well, we're gonna take this out of the duty finder then, because I'm gonna have a solo mission here in a moment. And there we go. We're in that now. Put a dot on all three. I miss having dots on more characters. Or on more jobs. Yes, it was more to juggle, but I enjoyed it. It made it more engaging for me. Go to sleep, Water Sprite. Snooze time. And there we're through that one too. Quick as can be. Easy peasy. And Selfie, where are you at, Lady Jane? Over there. And back to Gridania we go. Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. And Conjurer's Guild, there we go. Let's go turn that in. Ooh. Well, thank you for the follow. And we'll grab that. Got a few more levels before I can get to that. Let's find the winged beasts, and we'll go on over this way. Let me double check what time. Well, we're gonna sneak on down here and find those winged beasts. And while I'm thinking about it, pop another food. Just surf an angle here and take these down. There we go. Yeah, it's funny that I'm level, what, 16, and it's level 8 stuff that's in the quests. But big surprise there, right? Yeah, 16, and it's level 8 stuff that I'm dealing with for the MSQ. And that's without being on a world with the road to 90. And let's go on to the next bit. Let's go see Leo. While I'm in here, let's queue up the guild house again. These ugly little buggers are newish. They showed up after they announced Beastmaster. Back up there. Just ignore Net Fate because I don't need it right now. Again. And oh heck, why not? We're gonna grab this one's quest. No, we're not, actually. Nope, nope, nope. I remembered. Nope, don't need that one. I don't want it today. Now some of this other stuff, on the other hand, that's coming up down here. Yeah, I'll grab them. They won't take me too far out of my way. Actually, we're gonna get rid of that one. That takes me slightly out of my way. At least for right now. It will be along the way when I go to do the next kanji quest, but yeah, seriously. I'm that far out on my weapons. Oh, maybe not. Okay, grab that. Let's go down here. Pick up these things. And bring them back to the other end of the dock. Hey, the tank remembered his stance. That's such a low bar, isn't it? He's gone already. Alright, well. That was quick. We'll just go to the first one. It's easy. I'm just going in there to complete the quest anyway. And then we leave. Here's your stuff. And And your stuff. No. Nope. Alright, let's go. Back we go to the MSQ. Totally get that done. And yeah. Oh, different way to get there. Probably. Maybe. At Bent Branch Meadows. Okay. Teleport. Screw it. Save the steps. Hey, how you doing? Alright, so there we go. Turn that on in. Now I've unlocked lavender beds. Aw. Well, I'm glad you got... Oh, ouch. Just a cluster of stuff for you today on that, huh? Well, I'm glad you made it. And we'll put that over in here. Okay. That. Question of peoples. Do-do-do-do-do. That's one. That's two. While I'm thinking about it, put it up another hest. Like I said, it's... Look, after the first one, it's not a ton of XP. Heck, it's not a ton of XP the first time either with the guild hest. But every little bit helps. Thank you. Yeah, I can't believe I haven't made one of this name in a... before this. You know? I am really surprised I didn't make one before now. But I'm definitely liking the name. And I think she's really cute. She's like all neon tips and everything. And glowy-eyed. And we're going back down to where the chocobo egg is being hidden. Do-do-do. Well, I got his attention after all. He'll just bounce along here anyway and go, whatever, And I caught the attention of another one. And we're just going to run on past. Oh, cool. Well, I hope the auction's going well. And it... Oh, out of duty funder. There we go. Oh no, that sucks that it's having trouble with that. I hope they get it sorted out. Alright. And put you to sleep. Dot you, and put that one to sleep, and we'll dot that one. And then we just go to town on this guy. Keep making sure I put my dots on him. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a situation that's not so good for business over there. That sort of makes it not live up to its name, really. Alright. Return the egg. I hope they sort that out for you soon. Well, I'm glad you were able to make it. And I'm glad you're not the one having to deal with things being sideways like they are for it. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this in. Oh wow. Okay, have fun. And there we go. And we're going back to Muni. Return. here. And next up, we're over to the Archers Guild again. Boop-a-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. We're not picking up the job. We're going on in here. Haste to the Guardian Tree, back to Bent Branch Meadows. Zip, zip, zip along. And we're just gonna pop along this way rather than go all the way around. Whee! Ow, my ankles! And yeah, we're gonna get this solo instance. Underway here. Oh, there's that white Joker again. Yes, let's do the duty. The duty patooty. Alright. And there's that. And that. Get him going. Him going. Him dotted. Him dotted. Let's focus on Quazzle here. And I mean, I know I could heal the NPCs, but I'm not going to bother. I don't have to in this one. As long as Galfred here stays alive. So we'll do that. Do 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 do. And yeah, there we go. Got that down, and now we're gonna talk to the guy in the black nightgown again, probably. Or be talked at by him. Maybe. I've slept since then. Yes. Dude in a black nightgown. And it's trusty gargoyle. Dude, you're in a nightgown, go to sleep. He's talking in his sleep, too. Alright, here we go. Just keep on kicking his butt. When it flashes like that, he can get interrupted. When his cast bar flashes. So that's handy stuff. Alright. Back to Lewin. So back to Gajan, yeah?